Hello everyone. This is Omar. Welcome to another show. What's today? Today I think is Wednesday. I hope we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a show today. We have an issue. What's going on with Tucker Carlson? Tucker Carlson politics has become exposed and more erratic. And what was the word? Can I say? More of an incitement. It's not newsworthy anymore. It's just night after night of selling bogus ideas and lying to the public about what's going on. So to add insult to injury, they gave him all the January 6th tapes. There's nothing to hide. We saw what happened. All of a sudden, here shows people walking calmly because maybe they were tired of running around and rampaging the place. Well, listen, look at that. They were just walking normal. We saw what we saw, Tucker. I don't understand what is the purpose of Tucker Carlson. What's the purpose of Tucker? This is the piece of shit that this is who our problem. I'm gonna get to him. Let me put him away. That piece of garbage. So Tucker Carlson is a revisionist. He's trying to relive January 6th of 2020. We already passed that, I think. We already trying to heal the country and go forward. All of a sudden, remember he gave us that documentary of the false flag, as if a political party, who are the Democrats, who had just won the White House, the Senate, and the House, are actually going to do a false flag to disrupt what they just won. Does it make any sense to you? The whole idea of January 6th was a dangerous idea. The whole idea was that let me go here because I hate to look at myself all over. All right, there I am. The whole idea is you're that fucking piece of animal. The whole idea was of January 6th was by Donald Trump. He wanted to create an event. He knew that he has lost the election, and the election was lost fairly and squarely. We don't cheat in election. First of all, America does not cheat in election. Maybe local elections, you have a little here and there. Maybe the dog catcher or the school board, you might get the neighbors to vote for you. But a national election of almost 160 million people, it's hard to cheat. And they did a lot of investigation. There was about a couple of 100 people who had voted who were dead, and mostly were for Donald Trump. You get rid of the Scandi, I don't know. Most of them were there. So the whole idea of January 6th was, in my thinking, was that Donald Trump needed to create an event. Donald Trump needed to create a catastrophic event on January 6th that will stop the certification of the election, that the Senate and the House certify the electoral votes that comes from every state. It's more of a symbolic thing because every state already certified the election, so we already know who won. So as a protocol, or as I don't know, just a symbolic idea that they get there, everybody votes. Do you have any objection? Yes, I do. What's your objection? Blah, 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 blah. All bullshit. In other words, so he needed an event. So what he did is, there was a game that was being played on January 6th. It was a big game. The game was between the state and Donald Trump. Deep state, who are the institutions who fear Donald Trump and saw what he wanted to do, there was a little game being played. It's called a cat and mouse game. Donald Trump is an evil garbage piece of shit. What he wanted to do was, he gathered all his supporters on January 6th. He did this speech. He incited them with Rudy Giuliani and all these other idiots. And the whole idea, and then sent people to attack the Capitol. The whole idea, he wanted to create a catastrophic event. Imagine if the police had overreacted, the Capitol police, and killed 20, 30 protesters, and then created this mayhem, and 10, 20 officers died because people had weapons in hotels. We found out the third percenters and the fucking Proud Boys, whatever they call themselves, I don't know what they are. So the whole idea was to create an event that will create an event. Imagine if 20, 30 people or 40 people died if the National Guard was there. The whole idea, I think, this the deep state did not put the National Guard there on purpose, was to stop a massacre. Imagine if those people did what they did, and people had all those AR-15s, they were real weapons, and just shot through the crowd. Let's just say a lot of shooting happened, 30 people died, and maybe 10 congressmen. So in Donald Trump's head was, then I could call a state of emergency, like third world countries, and martial law. And then if I call martial law, I would delay the handover, or the peaceful handover of the power to Biden on January 20th. That was the whole shtick. I don't care how you look at it. A lot of idiots will deny it, but you have to think the way Donald Trump thinks. Donald Trump operates and succeeds in mayhem when things are distracted, when there's a lot of mayhem going on. That's how he functions, and that's how he grows, and he nurture on that kind of reaction. So let's say, for example, in his mind, this is in Donald Trump's mind, 30 people died, got killed, and then 10 officers or 2 congressmen. Then does he really think that he was going to really call martial law? Did he really think that the military was going to agree to that kind of idea? The problem is he miscalculated. There's a lot of institutions will refuse to die. They benefit from the stability of the country, the military, $1 trillion a year. All these institutions, they make a lot of money. They are like, institutions are like living human things. Once you create an institution or an agency, that's it. It doesn't die. It's very hard to kill it. Because then now you have directors, you have presidents, you have people, low-level workers. It's the whole agency of a whole ecosystem in that agency that just created that benefits financially in payroll. They get paid. So it's hard to kill new laws and institutions. So Donald Trump miscalculated. And what they did is, they did on purpose, the deep state, they left once the people breached the Capitol, they left and closed everything. Everybody would say, they let them run around the building. It's a fucking empty building. What are they going to break a couple of computers? This is the federal government. They could afford it. So they let them run around. They taking pictures of them. And then after the whole event, they got tired after 2-3 hours. They left. And they just went and picked them up from their houses, one by one. Pick. Now they're in jail or either going to jail. This was the whole idea. Now, our problem is this guy. This is America's problem. I don't know, let me see. Let me make him smaller. This guy's covering my face. This garbage here, this poor excuse of a human being, is garbage. Uh-oh, spaghetti. Forgive me. Okay, let me put him on this side or what? Nope. All right. This is our problem. This is called Rupert Murdoch. He is the head of Fox News and all those channels. Like, they're creating this idea, this stability for profits. His whole shtick, his whole channel is different. Is to create a segment of our population that distrusts the institution. He's destroying America. Since he got the channel, in 1990. I remember when he started. I was like in college. I'm not that young. And what he did is, to bribe lawmakers, he used to say, "Oh, listen, why don't you do your memoirs?" And then he would give them a down payment like $200,000, $300,000. It was a fucking bribe. And every idiot wrote a memoir. Like, really, some guy, you didn't even know what their name is. Like some guy named Stick Mitch, whatever his name is, and they hit it at the moment. That's what he did. This is the guy who runs Fox News, and he's the one who could stop all this crazy shit that's going on Fox News, all these lies. This is him. This is our problem. Now let's go to our friend Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson. This is Tucker Carlson in one segment. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Let's just listen to this. It's a short, but he's actually talking about himself indirectly. Okay, I hope there's a lot of sound.
Liars behave differently. Liars are touchy, sometimes to the point of hysteria. They're hiding something. That's the whole point of lying. And they're worried you're going to find out what.
You saw the fucking emails, right? With the Dominions lawsuit. He was lying. He was saying, "Oh, it's going to hurt our stocks. We have to keep lying to these people. To keep them, they're going to go to Newsmax." This is a bona fide liar. This is a criminal liar. He lies for a living. He makes $35 million to mislead people every night, 3 million Americans every night, and create this schism of hatred between Americans. I just like this little small thing.
It is. Liars are fragile because over time, lying makes you weak and afraid.
It's
It has
him.
the same effect on countries, by the way.
You know.
Liars behave differently.
Okay, this is him describing
Liars are
himself.
touchy.
So the whole idea tonight, we're gonna go some over these videos. Okay, the whole idea is that he's put on these videos. This is a video of a long time ago. What he said. I want to show you guys. I want to show you when he's candid, because sometimes people say things that they really don't mean. They really mean, but they say it in certain times. Look.
I mean, I lie.
You
If
lie.
I'm really cornered or something, I lie. I really try not to. I try never to lie on TV. I just don't, I don't like lying. I certainly do it, out of weakness or whatever. I mean, I lie.
He lies, yeah. He just admit he lies. So the whole idea, he's putting these videos every night. The people were walking peacefully. Look at this video. They were showing them. These people, you had almost like, what, 5, 6, 10,000 people. Some people did walk normal. But the whole idea is they breached the capital of the United States of America. They actually they took shits all over the place. They broke property. They were looking for Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. Hang Mike Pence. Oh, Nancy, where are you? The old movies, scary movies of yesterday's. I hope, hold on. I don't hear the microphone right in my ears. You know what I'm saying? What are you saying, Omar? Let me see if I got this right. Okay, give me a second. I was just getting good, right? Okay, this is the camera. No, that's not it. Okay. This one. Hold on. Okay, everything's good. I'm sorry, because I don't want to do this. One time I spoke for like 2 or 3 hours, and so the whole idea was, where was I? So the people were wondering, there was rampage. The whole idea, why would you breach the capital of the United States? At the same time, there are 535 members of Congress and the Senate inside that building, and the Vice President of the United States. The whole second branch of the United States government is inside that building, and half of the executive branch is in there in the form of Vice President Mike Pence. So imagine, let's say Arabs. I'm Arab. Let's say 5,000 Arabs were upset at the Patriot Act, and they were mad and upset about these new laws, and they ransacked the Capitol. You think? What do you think will happen to them? Fucking, you'll have 300, 400, 500 of them shot dead. Even blacks. Remember when the blacks and the BLM went to Washington? They were going crazy in the park, but they were gated inside the park, and they started burning down the church. What they did, they came with the smoke bomb. They got rid of them. The whole idea is the capital of the United States. That's the cradle of our democracy. If you know the Constitution of the United States is, the second branch is the first article. The presidency came later. Congress is the first article of the United States of America. Then the presidency, then the jury, whatever you want to call it, the third branch. The second branch of the legislative branch is the most powerful branch. The president is just a messenger boy. He's just a coffee boy. He just got a lot of powers over the year when they started making shit up with the executive orders. He just does what Congress tell him. The purse of the United States government, the money is Congress. Congress declare wars. The Congress ratify peace treaties. Everything is Congress. So to attack the capital of the United States while Congress is in there is fucking dangerous. And thank God a lot of people did not die that day. But why is 2.5 years later, or 2 years and a half later, that this garbage here is reliving? Let's see what he has to say. We got to listen, right? Let's say. Okay. He's going to go over, he's going to show you some BLM video, but we're going to go, let's be fair to Tucker.
They don't need to do that. It's enough to say what they know. And if honest people turn out to be wrong about something they have claimed, they'll admit it. They don't double down on fault.
He does this every night.
Made a mistake.
I'm just asking questions.
It's not like they're claiming to be God. Liars behave differently. Liars are touchy.
I just saw this. You're a fucking liar.
You're
a liar. Yeah. Okay, this is him This is Tucker Carlson talking about Bill O'Reilly. You see with the bow tie.
Every man, this kind of he's not.
Wait, hold
right.
on, hold on.
I think there's kind of a deep phoniness at the center of his shtick.
Yeah.
And again, as I say, the shtick is sort of built on this perception that he is the character he plays. He is every man. This kind of he's not right wing. He's a populist.
How about Bill O'Reilly when he was on Fox? This is why he was still on CNN, fucking
Fighting for you against the powers that be. And that's great as a shtick, but I'm just saying the moment that it's revealed not to be true, it's over.
Hey, Tucker.
You see Tucker saying, we're all pretending we've got a lot of show for it because admitting what a disaster it's been is too tough to digest. But come on, there isn't really an
That's his emails. That's his, I mean, the text. He's texting other guys.
upside to Trump.
Tucker Carlson sent this to an unknown associate at Fox. Quote, we are very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights. I truly can't wait. I hate him.
Action.
Yeah, but Donald Trump is running for president again. They don't put him in prison first, which of course their plan. And he's saying things.
This is the dick sucking moment. Now he's sucking his dick again. I don't know
really
what Tucker's. I don't know
not
what.
rehashes at all.
All right, go fuck yourself, Tucker. You're phony, man. All right. So let's say, let's go. I have some videos here, right? Where are the videos? Where are the videos? Tucker Carlson. Okay. Tucker Carlson showed us some videos of everything. Let's see what happened that day. This is PBS. It's a public, it has, okay. Officer, okay. Let's see a small video of what happened that day. These people did not need to be there. They had no business being there. Oh, inside the Capitol. They went, they met their leader, Donald Trump. He gave them a speech. They're supposed to go right straight back home. Now, here, let's see this video. Nobody really.
Hey, brother, we're boots on the ground here. We're moving on to Capitol now. I'll give you a boots on the ground update here in a few.
These are the peaceful protesters. We're moving on to Capitol right there. We're moving there. They're coordinating. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Multiple capital entries. Multiple capital entries.
See? Very peaceful. Yeah, we're just going there to visit the Capitol, take pictures of.
We're still taking metal, sharpened objects, missiles to include bottles and rocks, and hand-thrown chemical-grade fireworks.
So police officers telling each other.
This is now effectively a riot.
1349 hours declaring it a riot.
See, they were just trying to go through the window because, you know, the doors were maybe locked or maybe they can get in. As peaceful people who came from all over America to visit the Capitol, to see how Congress works, they just broke the windows and went right in. That's all they did. Okay? These people were dangerous. They didn't need to be there. They were idiots. They were being used as puppets by Donald Trump. Donald Trump was trying to create a fucking event. That event was to get a lot of people killed and create this catastrophic event that the nation would be in mourning. I declare martial law. This is all in his head. All the idiots are telling him. Because you got to understand, Donald Trump depleted all the institution. He depleted the State Department. He never hired anybody. He had no ambassadors. Never fully full ambassadorship. The Pentagon was depleted of people. Never replaced people who retired. And he changed the Secretary of Defense with some idiots. Idiots. I don't know what the word for it. Idiots that people never heard of. And I was wondering, why is Donald Trump changing the Secretary of Defense? The secretary of this, all these people are important. Why is he changing them 3 weeks before he's leaving the office? I was wondering, you know why? Because I come from a third world country. I have seen what happens when countries collapse. When countries collapse, nobody wins. So to all those white people who think that Their only way to power is, or to reclaim America is for America to become a failed state. You are fucking wrong. You're not going to own anything. Everything's going to come out of the woodworks. Warlords, militias, all these people will start having their own armies. Every state and every city will become a country within a country. Instead of having 50 states, you'll have probably 600 states or 600 countries in this continent of ours. You have to understand that you are going about it wrong. You're not going to win. Just look at my family are from the native of Yemen. Yemen had the same thing. They had some fragile democracy, some weak, and the Arab Spring came in, and then people took power, and then what happened? They haven't had electricity since 2015. Nothing works. The roads are broken. People are in jail. Political prisoners. You cannot talk. So that's what's going to happen in the United States. So your idea, well, what we're going to do here is that we need mayhem. We need what the fucking garbage? What's his name? Steve Bannon. All the infections on his nose, volcanoes. We need to, to dismantle the administrative state. So you mean you want to dismantle the country? And you have Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, we need a national divorce. We need a national divorce. We cannot take it no more. We need our private space. Lady, you were elected by 140,000 people, and about 130 voted against you. Do you really... Georgia, you may be your own country, really? Let's finish the peaceful visit of our friends that Tucker Carlson's telling us. They just visited, right? See? Hey. He has 44,000 footage. He just show you people walking a certain time. Maybe they got tired, or maybe some people were really walking peaceful. A lot of people were stuck. Well, let's be honest. Maybe a lot of the people who were there, they just didn't know this was going to happen. They just followed the leader. You know how it is when you're stuck in a situation and you just walk in like everybody else. Like, oh, let me see what's going on here, and you don't have no ill intent, but the other people do, and you become part of this group that really are violent and dangerous, and you're really not. So a lot of people probably walked in there not coming to let's be honest. A lot of people came to Washington that day not knowing it's going to be this kind of violence, or never knew they were going to take part in this this mayhem and this situation of violating the capital of the United States, of embarrassing America and showing us as a third world fucking banana republic of these fucking yahoos coming from all over the United States. Well, we're coming here to reclaim our capital. Reclaim from who? Don't you love it when they say, we got to reclaim America? From who? From yourselves? I just watched the Chris Rock's Comedy Hour. He was saying, he was talking about the man. He said white people were trying to reclaim America from other white people. It is. What are you reclaiming America from who? You're in power. All the wealth is in your hand. The problem is we have the 90% of poor whites who live in misery who are being used as vehicles by the elites, 10% of white elites. The real whites will have privileges. These people don't have no privileges. These people, they're just being used. They're just being used as a vehicle for other people.
Entered the Capitol building.
Okay. See, these people are running. You see, the government did not buy it. You see? The Confederate flag. Didn't we settle that shit 155 years ago? Wasn't that settled after 600,000 Americans died? Really? From the Confederacy. The Confederacy of America. Shut the fuck up. The whole idea is, let me talk to you because they're going to get upset. You know, when people say white grievances, no, forget about it. You know, I'm the first one. I had a video and I had to take it down because YouTube fucking started fucking with me. When they say, oh, white people have you don't have, white people don't have any white privileges. White people, as poor as we are, if you go to West Virginia and the Appalachian region, They fucking live in shacks. It's like you think you're fucking Africa or someplace in the Middle East or someplace in poor third world country. They're always being used as mules. Poor whites, if you go to the pure white communities, are the poor. The factories closed because of the Republican Party's appetite for free trade. They took all the factories and took them to China to make more money, and Mexico, and closed the factories and turned these people to unemployed alcoholics. The opiate drugs were introduced to their region, to their states and cities by corporate America who wanted to make money on the opiate business. For example, the Sackler family of Purdue Pharmacy are the number one villain. If there was any justice in the world, Al Chapo should be freed and the Sackler family should be in his jail cell. So these people were left to languor for like 20, 30 years for alcoholism, going through the rural areas. And then came along Donald Trump. Well, you know, the elites, he started talking, then in the end, he just used them to go to power. They go to these rallies. We're gonna replace Obamacare. What? They want to replace it. He was trying to get rid of their insurance. Most of those people were on the Affordable Act. Those people, the Affordable Act of insurance for poor people. Most of those people at his rallies are on that insurance. They didn't even know that. Really? Trump Center. The problem we have is white people in these areas vote their color. You don't vote your fucking economic interests. You need to tell them, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to deliver for me? You understand? We had the Democrats had the child credit. They gave $300 to every child under the age of 18 years old. You know how much that money meant to people in Alabama, and South Carolina, and West Virginia. How many poor states are there still? All those Georgia. You know how much that money meant to those people every month? They're able to fill the refrigerator with food. They're able to raise their heads and really have some tangible goods in their hands, some real money, instead of living on disability or check to check. Or you understand? And the Republican Party that these people vote for every cycle voted it out. They don't want to. They don't want to continue it. And that's tragic. That that money meant a lot of money to poor blacks, Arabs, but the majority of poor people in America are white people. They are poor. They don't have no money, man. Come on, man. I've been to Tennessee, man. Poor as fuck, man. Well, I was there in 1994, so I don't know how it is now. See these little houses, little shacks. So every cycle, they'll come up with something. CRT! And these, what is CRT? Oh, critical race theory. I don't even know what that is, and I have a degree in political science. I never knew that existed. Nobody is teaching anything like that in public school. Nobody's teaching it. Nobody's teaching it. They teach that in academia, like in the highest level. And it's about how institutions, liberal or discriminate against institutional discrimination, even liberal institutions. So I don't know anything about it, so I don't want to get into it. But the whole idea, I'm as dumb as they are when it comes to CRT. But I'm not going to go yell in the school board meeting, CRT. That was in the the midterm election. They're always thinking of something. You could go back to George W. Bush when they had Willie Horton. Willie Horton was a black guy. He went on they gave them they used to give them a weekend folklore. They go home and come back, and he raped a white women, and they used that against Michael Dukakis of Massachusetts and destroyed him. The whole object was, even Lee, what's his name? Lee something. He apologized to black people. It was all shit. It was planned. So what I'm saying, I always say that people get at me when I get into platforms. I got a couple of times, and I always say the problem with the problem with us right now is that if we're able as poor Arabs and poor blacks and poor Hispanics to convince our white brothers and sisters, our poor brothers and sisters in these states to vote with us. We don't have to vote Democrat. We could just say, as a collective group, we want this, this, and this. You understand? Instead of sending all these billions and billions of dollars to these countries every year, why don't you send it to these states? Israel gets about $4 billion a year every year, no question asked. That's about $7,000 for every Israeli citizen. Imagine if they gave that $4 billion without question asked to West Virginia. You know how their livelihood. This is what it is. It is what it is. And Tucker Carlson is nothing but another false prophet in this thing. He's a false prophet. And what they doing is they dividing America. They're using this to incite. What are you going to tell me about January 6th that I already not know? Yes, there were people there who were innocently. Yes, of course there was. But the majority, or the bad ones, were the people who committed all these crimes. Let's look at the video. That day, the governments did not bite. What I mean by that, the deep state. There was no National Guard. There was no FBI. There was no CIA. There was just Capitol Police officers with guns or with sticks against this mob, because they knew what Donald Trump wanted to do that day. They knew the plan. They're not stupid. So Donald Trump wants to create an event, and we're going to prevent it. How are we going to prevent it? We're going to put all our assets in safe place. The assets, what I mean by assets, all the Congress and congressmen and women, and in a safe place, and let these people roam. Let them roam the whole. What are they going to do to the whole? They took shit. We're going to clean it up. They broke a computer. We're going to get a new one. What they did?
If I give this up, they're going to have direct access. At least it's Capitol we can defend. We got to hold what we have. Take your pens off.
War. It was a war that day.
Fuck. Take your pens off.
Look at this. Look. So, you see that? Some people were just sitting over there. I don't know what the hell they said. And some people were breaking things. But let's not fucking whitewash that shit and say it didn't happen and start to relive it. Why are we reliving it after 2.5 years, Tucker Carlson and Fox News? Fox News is trying to cover their ass from the fucking, excuse me, I don't know if I could curse, man, this is America. They're trying to cover their butt from the Dominion lawsuit, where they are, through discovery, are showing the emails and text messages between Tucker Carlson and Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, the Three Musketeers, and this filthy animal, that they knew the election was not stolen. They called Trump, he's crazy. They called him every name in the book, but they were afraid to lose the people because they called Arizona. Once they called Arizona, and they should be proud of that, because it turned out that Arizona was won by Biden. Any news organization will take that as a W, but no, they took it as an L. Well, Newsmax is taking our people, and Aeon, what are we going to do? We're going to lose our viewers. You know what? We're going to lie more. That's it. See? This was later known. You know what he did? He diverted them. He wanted to take them someplace else. He didn't want to take them where the senators were. That's what we learned later on. But you see how they're dealing with them like children. I mean, they have a gun. They know they're overcrowded. I mean, you know, oh gosh. Senate, see? They knew where they were going.
1033, I repeat, 1033, west front of the Capitol. We have been pranked and we've lost the line.
That was, they had bear, what's that called? Bear spray? pepper spray for bears. They're coming, baby. They're coming, baby. Tucker, you can't hide this, Tucker. What are you going to do with this? All right, we're going to lose a couple people downstairs.
Lock the shields. Lock them together. Lock them together.
Ow! Sorry about that.
Jimmy, get him to the back. Get him to the back. Get him to the back. Let's get some fresh faces up front.
There? That's pain. Fuck. Fucking animal, man. This is crazy. I don't want to see more. That shit is fucking crazy, man. Look at that. Can I speak to Pelosi? We're coming for you too. Hang Mike Pence. Hi. Trump flag. No United States flag. And they have a gallows. They're ready.
Inside this Capitol building. It's time to start fucking using them.
See? That's their Braveheart moment. You know, Mike Wallace was giving the speech before they ran naked. These were all losers. All right. All right, let's go back to... Okay. I'm going to see Tucker Carlson. Okay, this is what they're showing you. This is, what's his name? Bernard Jones is one of those. Uncle. Yeah, they're taking a picture. Oh. This was the BLM moment. Remember when I told you they were outside? They were gated inside. Look at the other side of gate in the park. You notice something that black right-wingers or conservatives will attack other black people? See, this is Bernard Jones. He's black. He has to show it. You know what? I would show that black people are evil. He has to, like Candace Owen. They have to show or attack other black people. Okay, why don't you attack something? Why would you do that? Why are you just showing us the BLM? All right, they were wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right. Hey. Look at that. That was a church. They burned the fucking door. I remember. And Donald Trump, remember, went and took a picture with the Bible upside down. We believe in God. Let me see. I want to see. All right. You know, I'm trying to see. I want to see Tucker. Oh, Tucker Carlson's not there no more. All right. So there you have it. I'm trying to find Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is in the house. Your girlfriend. Da-da-da. Forget about this idiot. I want to see a Tucker Carlson thing. Tucker! It's Herbert Hoover. That's the guy he ran the FBI for 50 years. Everybody was scared to get rid of him. He had to die a natural death. Nobody wanted to get rid of this idiot. Anyway, there you have it. I mean, let me go back to the other side. Let me go. All right, that was it. I mean, the whole idea, I think Tucker Carlson and all these people, they're trying to do is they're trying to cover their asses. They want to distract the people from the emails and texts that are being shown and embarrassing the Fox News as they look down on their views as garbage. They hated Trump. They knew it was a lie. They knew they were lying. They just had to do it for ratings. And once you destroy your country for ratings, then you're fucked. You understand what I'm saying? You have to understand. Tucker Carlson is not the enemy of the United States. Tucker Carlson is not. This is the enemy of the United States. This piece of garbage from Australia. This filthy animal. He's 91 years old and he don't want to die. He doesn't want to fucking... Since he came and started these channels in the United States, we've never seen so much division. We used to have Rush Limbaugh and AM radio and all these idiots, who used to grift. And even Rush Limbaugh said, I'm the only person who turned it into a prophet. And this 91-year-old garbage from some fucking, Australia used to be a penal colony, so his great-great-grandmother must have been a fucking prostitute, and his great-grandmother was a pimp. That's why he's pimping all this garbage all to the United States and trying to hurt our people. Then, if we as American whites and blacks, Arab, whatever we are, if we don't be careful, we're gonna lose our country, man. One-stop fucking shit is you saw what happened in Rwanda in 1994. They had the same thing. They had somebody like what's his name? What's his name? I'm not gonna mess up. It took me years to understand OBS. But let me give you a little history. In Rwanda, they had a white guy. They had a radio. It's called Radio Liberala or whatever. In Rwanda, for a whole year, they had something like Fox News, but on radio. The majority called the Hutsus, and there was the minority, the Tutsu. The Tutsu were in government. They're successful. They were set up as to succeed by the British Empire, because the British, every time they went to a country, they will help the minority over the majority. So they know that the minority will always need them to maintain that power. So this radio station, we have to get those roaches, those cockroaches, those insects, those cockroaches. They took over the country. They in power. The whole year he was belittling, and then once the fuse was lit, more than 700,000 Tutsi died at the hands of their neighbors. They used to go to church with them. No guns were used. Only axe, knives, sticks. I think for a whole week. The whole world just was fucking